Welcome back. Last lesson taught the runtime needs exits before tools do real work. Today we use that boundary to assemble the first complete support system. Think of the model call like the clerk hearing the latest customer question. The runtime sends the current input first, so the next decision starts from the case facts. The next fork decides whether the work is finished. A matching output underscore type, plain text answer, tool request, or handoff tells the runtime where to go next. Tool results do not disappear after the function returns. The SDK appends those facts, then the next pass has better evidence than the last one. Max turns exceeded is the hard stop. Treat it as a diagnostic signal. The agent failed to reach a valid exit before the budget ended. The key habit is simple. Every run needs a boundary. That habit matters more once one agent can call every support tool. With that runtime habit in place, the practical question becomes assembly. We are ready to put the prompt, tools, output contract, and settings together. A support system eventually needs coordination. This section sets up the new chapter and why the order matters before the architecture gets more complex. Part 8 builds the simplest complete shape first. One agent owns the customer conversation, and we prove that baseline before splitting responsibility. Part 9 keeps one front door, but moves specialist work behind callable tools. The user still gets one cohesive response from the manager. Part 10 changes the ownership model. Specialist agents can take over directly, which is powerful only after you understand the simpler baseline. The first learning objective is proof. If one agent handles the common support paths, extra orchestration becomes a choice, not a reflex. The second objective is the breakpoint. You need to notice when tool count, instructions, or ambiguity make one agent harder to control. The third objective is restraint. Split the system only when the baseline shows real strain, because simpler systems are easier to debug. Imagine a support desk that works before you hire supervisors. This lesson asks whether the first complete desk already handles the job. Start with one support agent. That keeps the behavior inspectable, one prompt, one tool surface, and one final answer contract to reason about. Attach all 6 tools in this lesson. The agent can look up orders, check customers, track shipments, search policy, issue refunds, and escalate. The source gives the decision threshold. If this works for 90% of tickets, you may not need multi-agent yet. Lock that in. Think of build_support_agent as the factory that assembles the whole desk. It returns one agent named Acme Support. The prompt supplies the operating habit. L_TOOLS supplies the 6 capabilities. SupportReply defines the structured final answer, and model settings pins the behavior with temperature set to 0.0. This is the single agent baseline. One place to inspect before we split anything. Here is the exact assembly point in acme/agents.py. The function defaults to GPT-5 Mini, then passes the model into agent. The instructions come from support_a, gent_p, or OMPT. The tool list is a L_TOOLS, and output_type is SupportReply. The final line matters for control. Model settings with temperature set to 0.0 makes the lesson output less random while you inspect behavior. Now look at the work surface. These are the capabilities the agent can choose from during a customer conversation. Lookup_order is the first fact check. For a refund or shipment question, The agent needs the order details before it makes any judgment. Lookup_customer fetches the customer profile. That keeps the reply grounded in the registered customer rather than guessing from the message alone. Track_shipment answers the status question directly. If a customer asks about order 8822, this tool returns carrier and tracking facts. Search_KB gives the agent policy text and how-to articles. That is where the return policy question gets a grounded answer. Issue_refund is the action tool. It changes the case, so the prompt requires order lookup and policy checks before using it. Escalate_human is the safe exit for work outside authority. High-value refunds and unclear cases become a ticket instead of a guess. Think of SupportReply as the receipt your application gets after the conversation. The customer sees message, but the program can also inspect next_step, refund_ID, and ticket_ID. Without this shape, the app has to scrape meaning out of prose. With Pydantic, the final answer is a typed object, so downstream code can branch safely. This is the Runnable Lesson 8 file. It imports build_support_agent, creates one agent, and sends 3 sample tickets through Runner.run with max_turns set to 10. The examples cover order 8822 shipment status, order 8821 refund, and a return policy question. The print lines prove the contract, show final_output.message, then print refund_ID only when that structured field exists. Transcript for slide 8-1. Transcript for slide 8-2. Transcript for slide 8-3. Transcript for slide 8-4. Transcript for slide 8, all items. Running the file should prove 2 things at once. The agent answers real support questions, and the result stays machine-readable. The first proof is variety. 3 sample interactions cover shipment status, refund intent, and policy lookup, so the agent uses different parts of the same tool surface. The second proof is structure. Each answer is a support reply, which means your application receives fields instead of an unpredictable paragraph. The third proof is what disappears. Parse by prayer drops to 0 because refund_ID is a field, not a phrase hidden inside the message. Transcript for slide 9-1. Transcript for slide 9-2. Transcript for slide 9-3. Transcript for slide 9, all items. A good run is not just pass or fail. Inspect which path each customer question exercises. Order 8822 is the shipment path. If a customer asks where it is, the expected shape is final_output.message explaining status from the available tools. Order 8821 is the refund path. If the refund is issued, the beginner-friendly evidence is a message plus a refund_ID field. The return policy question is the knowledge path. The answer should stay inside SupportReply.message, so the application still receives a parsable object. Transcript for slide 10-1. Transcript for slide 10-2. Transcript for slide 10-3. Transcript for slide 10, all items. Now name the first failure mode. More tools are useful until they start competing with each other. 6 tools is the safe teaching size here. The agent has enough capability to solve support tickets without drowning in overlapping choices. OpenAI guidance says some agents handle 15+ distinct tools well. The word distinct matters because separate jobs are easier to select. fewer than 10 overlapping tools can already degrade. If several tools look useful for the same request, the agent wastes turns choosing. 20 tools is not fine for this beginner baseline. The fix is to split responsibility only after the single agent version shows strain. Think of output_type as the form the agent must hand back. Without it, you get free-form text, and downstream code has to parse by prayer. That breaks when wording changes. With SupportReply, Pydantic gives you a contract, message for the customer, refund_ID for refund evidence, and ticket_ID for human escalation. This is why structured output belongs in the baseline, not as a later cleanup. We end with a decision, not a new feature. Choose the simplest shape that still handles the work clearly. If the baseline works, keep it. One agent is easier to inspect, explain, and debug than a larger orchestration graph. If the baseline breaks down, split for a reason. The next orchestration pattern should solve a visible problem, not add architecture for decoration. One agent gives you one place to inspect. That matters when a support answer is wrong and you need to trace the decision. The next two lessons give two refactors. You will see specialists as tools first, then peer agents that can take over. The timing word is when. Multi-agent is not the default goal. It is the repair path when one agent stops being clear. Next, the manager pattern keeps the user-facing experience simple while moving specialist work behind tools. The manager calls resolve_refund, answer_shipping, or answer_product, then synthesizes one cohesive reply. The SDK primitive is agent.as_tool with a tool name and description. That is the first clean refactor after today's baseline.